Hey YouTube, what's going on? So today, some of the hottest players in baseball might be some of the riskiest investments, and here's why. There's something that no one's talking about right now. We all know it. We all know it's going to happen, but no one's saying a word about it. Instead, we're talking about baseball because baseball is exciting and there's a lot of exciting things happening in the season right now. Matt Olson is about to hit his 300th home run. A lot of people talking about him. The Blabbing About Slabbing guys did a video on him. If you look on eBay, his golds are all being sold. I was watching one of his blues. That one got sold. Now, if you guys watch this channel, you know that I've been talking about Matt Olson for a bit, and I've already had some of his cards. But now that everyone's catching on to him, potentially 500 home run hitter, possible consideration for the Hall of Fame. Nolan Arenado is having a nice little comeback season this year. He had a couple down seasons, but now we're a month in. He's got 5 home runs. He's batting over 280. Look, I'm a big Nolan Arenado guy. I wasn't expecting this, but I'm very happy to see it. The one thing that people aren't really talking about right now is the upcoming lockout. Now, what happens if there's a lockout and we miss the 2027 season? Is Matt Olson going to hit 500? Is Giancarlo Stanton going to hit 500? There's a lot of guys who a lockout would really impact. Think about Bryce Harper. You could throw so many names out there. For example, Paul Skeens is looking a little human these days. I'm not saying he's not an ace because he's still awesome, but he's had a couple outings this year where he's given up a few runs, and I'm wondering, okay, are the hitters sort of getting used to him? Or is he going to make some changes and go back to being the dominating force that he is? And I think he will be. He is a super good pitcher, and I think he'll figure that out. I guess what I'm trying to say here, the big argument is, when it comes to investing in cards, right now, are you going to choose the prospects or are you going to choose the legacy, like the past players and the legacy? And that's sort of where I'm leaning right now. In one of my previous videos, I talked about a PSA submission that I had coming in, and I said I was going to sell some of those cards and I was going to buy a couple cards. So today, I'm going to show you what I bought, but this is the reason why I did it. It's because these guys that I bought, they're not going to pull a hamstring and have that affect their career. They're not going to have to worry about the lockout coming up. These guys are already secure because somewhere in there, I'm admittedly letting you guys know I am a little bit afraid of what will happen if there's a lockout. How is that going to affect a lot of these players' careers that we're investing in now? All right, so here we go. This is one of the legends of baseball. I've gotten a couple of these. I've gotten lucky, but I picked up another Mickey Mantle. Okay, so this is a 1955 Bowman Mickey Mantle, and I just think this is a really cool look for a card back then, because even though I wasn't alive back then, this is what the television used to look like. So this is just kind of like you're seeing him on your TV, and that's the look that they wanted to go for. That was the design of this card. And even though I think this card will probably grade maybe like a 2 or a 3, I still think this is a really cool card to have. So I spent about $500 on this card. And like I said, I sold other cards to get into it. And I just think it's a really cool card. The value of these has really shot up over the last couple of years. And it's just a really nice piece to have for the collection. All right, so that was the first one that I bought. The next one is the one I'm really excited about. So let's talk about it. This is one of my new favorite cards to add to my collection. This is the 1909 E102 Christy Mathewson. It is known as the horizontal Mathewson. This one's got a little MK. It's really beat up. This is a 1 for sure, but I just love this card. If you look at the image on this card, even though it's over 115 years old, there's something really nostalgic about it and really sort of romantic. Like, how can you not get romantic about baseball, right? This really reminds me of the Field of Dreams. okay? Just to give you guys an idea of the price, I'm pretty sure I paid about $1,100 for this. I saw one of them just actually recently went for auction on REA for, I think it was $4,000 for a 2. So even though this is a 1 and there's an MK on it, I I just really wanted to get one before it was way out of my price range. This is just a beautiful card, and you can see Christy is he's just having a catch, and he's out in some cornfield somewhere, very field of dreams. You got the sun setting behind him. It is beautiful. Now, I know a lot of you probably know who Christy Mathewson is, but if you don't, he is one of the guys that Major League Baseball sort of built the league around. He was in the inaugural class of the Hall of Fame. He was known as the Christian Gentleman. The story behind him is that he was just a really, really great, nice stand-up guy who was just an excellent ball player. And in World War I, he signed up to go fight in the war, and he was on a training mission in France, I believe. And this was back when they had all like the mustard gas and stuff going on. And this guy was out there doing a training mission, and he put his mask on wrong, I believe that's the story, and he got gassed, and he came back and was never the same. And I think he died of some kind of like lung disease because of that. And it was really sad because he died really young, but his legacy in baseball will always live on. I think he pitched 3 shutouts in the World Series. I might have to fact check myself on this, but I think it was in 1905 that he pitched and had 3 shutouts in one World Series, which I don't think has ever been done after that. And then he did also pitch in 1911 as well in the World Series. He played for the New York Giants. It's just, you know, there's stories in baseball that really get you to be a bit romantic about it. And I really wanted one of these. You know, I don't have many T206 cards, you know, or these small cigarette cards, and this is the E102. It's just a stunning card. It's really beautiful. Like whenever I look at it, I look at the image and I know how old it is. I know it's over 100 years old, and I just like, man, I could just look at it and talk about it for about an hour. It's just a great card. This is what the back looks like, in case you wanted to see it. Haven't really spent a ton of time looking at the back, to be fair, but super cool, super cool. These cards used to come in little cigarette packs, and there used to be 10 cigarettes per pack. They were about that size, and this one just slide right in the back, I think. Really cool. So yeah, guys, like these are the 2 cards that I picked up for selling off a couple, I think like Griffey 8s, and I think I sold a couple Bo Jacksons, and I'm really, really happy with these. I really am. This one, like I said, I'm going to send off to get graded. It'll probably come back a 2 or a 3, and this one's really low grade, really beat up, a 1, but yeah, I'm really happy with these. So I wanted to share these with you guys because, look, baseball, when you're watching baseball, there's all kinds of emotions, right? And you really got to try and balance them all just as a collector, because you can get into all the hype and start going for the players that are playing right now, and you'll see somebody have like, you know, 5 home runs, and look at Murakami, for example, really taking off 5 home runs in 5 games, and everything's going crazy on him, and you might want to buy some of his cards, and that's great. But I think it's just really nice to have some balance too, because you look at stuff like this, and like this stuff it's not going anywhere. You know, you don't have to worry about Mickey Mantle pulling a hamstring or anything like that, or going into a slump. You know, their records are already cemented in history. So happy with these. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you're here, if you stuck around, please hit the subscribe button, like button, drop some comments down there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. Bye, guys.